Welcome to All Star Fandom, and we are continuing our Fandom of Love series with top TV couples, iconic romances from our favorite TV shows. Not doing this alone either. I'm joined by Doc again, along with Jen, and joined again by Cindy Mesa of the Yummy Geek. Like we've said, if you like sweet treats, if you like cosplay, and just geeky things all in general, she's the person to be following. So sit back, relax, and let's spread some love over the course of February. All-Star Fandom starts now. Again, a lot of years of television. So many. Oh, we have 2G. a lot of years of television. There's been so many couples. There's so many. There's been so many will they, won't they's. Let's see, who want to start? Jen, since you got two.
I have
I'm
two.
gonna say let's start with Dia.
Oh yes, yeah. You've not gone first once. Go ahead.
I'm the host here. I'm going back and I'm
Oh,
throwing
you try to throw that thing. You Patrick Mahomes with no referees.
Okay, I'll go first.
Go first.
May looked frowned upon, not frowned upon now, but let's consider take the actor out of it. Claire and Cliff Huxtable.
I already know who it is.
Claire and Cliff Huxtable have always been like that ultimate couple. From the Cosby Show.
From the Cosby Show.
Oh,
Heathcliff Huxtable and Claire Huxtable.
Yeah. So
okay.
I don't care what people think. I still have my DVD collectors,
and I still watch myself.
And I still watch it. On the day I was born, my this is the funny story about the day I was born. My mother told me that everyone was watching the Cosby Show when I was born. They would turn and watch, and when she was ready to birth me, they would turn around and go back to the
That's wild. That's wild. That's a wild story.
But yeah, granted,
that's how I was born.
Let's
paying attention to my mom and then back to the TV.
Well, it was must see TV during that time, but. Take Bill Cosby out of it.
It was a marathon that they were playing.
But take Bill Cosby out of it, and that's always hard to do, right? But just the characters themselves, like we just talked about a little bit, like Gomez and Morticia. That was, they always stood 10 toes down with each other.
It's another example of a healthy marriage.
Yeah, if the kids were
what a marriage should be, and it was
essentially them against the kids all the time, but they were always on the same side. There was never that show of like just fighting or putting each other down. It was just.
I've learned so much about parenting and parenting tricks that I just have in the hat, waiting to
I can't wait to take all of our kids' furniture out when he wants to become a model.
Yeah, and give him money.
Let him go hang out with his best friend and the real world.
Have him get the real world.
Monopoly money.
Make him in the real. But no, that their dynamic, Felicia Rashad and Bill Cosby, I would give him credit for this character, was one of the best love stories.
Separate the art
separating the art
because it was, let's face it, that it made pop culture history at the time.
It did. Great,
huge. It's. I mean, you cannot think about sitcoms and not think the Bill Cosby. Like you can't.
It completely changed the dynamic of black couples and black TV. Because for years we had seen like Fred Sanford, he's it's living in Watts since the junkyard. The only couple that came close were the Jeffersons.
You have a black woman who's a lawyer married to a successful black doctor.
Yes.
And they're married. And they're comfortable being comfortable with each other.
So you know what, Doc, let me throw it to you, man. Who do you have as your classic or iconic, I guess, TV show romance?
Hey, man. I got to hit you with this one, man. R.I.P. James Avery, bro. Uncle Phil. And Aunt Bill.
Yeah.
That was another,
Oh, so good.
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. You talking about a couple that stand 20 toes down?
With their crazy nephew.
And I'm talking about, and they was on
their crazy nephew.
A judge. She's a professor. That's another thing, you know, as far as when it comes to our community, you didn't see that type of thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The success and the stand together. You know what I'm saying? Even when they went through their little spat, when they was, was thinking about separating.
Yeah, that was
no,
which is very realistic.
We are in this thing for life.
It's very realistic.
It's
but I skipped those 3.
All of it is relatable.
You skip those, but that's real life.
I understand, man, but I don't know.
It's marriage. Sometimes it happens.
It's marriage, yeah. You're gonna have those arguments, and you just gotta reconcile and come back together. And be like, look, woman, I love you. Get your ass over here. You feel me?
I think it was just the compassion they showed to each other too. Like there was never again, it's just like with the Cosbys, right? It was never like a put down each other sort of thing, or
there was
always pick each other up. Yeah.
There's no power struggle.
There's no exactly. There's no even if they had disagreements. At the end of the day, it's like they respected each other. It's that mutual respect. It's that understanding, even if they don't agree. There was never any toxic sort of dynamic between these couples, which is beautiful to see on television, because you get a lot of toxic ones in other shows.
Yeah, like we're in this era of where people are like thriving on toxic relationships, and I'm like, wow,
it's exhausting.
I don't get it. It makes you not even want to watch TV, you know?
Exactly.
But mostly it's drama just for the sake of drama. We got 16 episodes. We're only in 8. We got to do something most times. But great pick, Doc. I love the pick. Obviously, another favorite show of mine, too. Cindy, what do you think? TV show couples.
Again, I'm gonna throw a little sprinkle of
make it spicy.
Randomness.
Make it spicy.
So I'm huge on The Simpsons. Huge.
Oh.
And even though I would consider it now, like now when I rewatch the episodes, I'm like, oh my God, poor Marge. I love the dynamic between Marge and Homer. I think it's the perfect balance, where she keeps him grounded and he keeps her on her toes. But
consistently.
I don't know why. That's what comes to mind, to be honest with you. And another couple that I thought about that is toxic. Like when you think about it, it did kind of start off toxic, is Pam and Jim from The Office.
Yep, that was on my list.
Yeah, Pam and Jim.
So I know a lot of people don't like that, and I rewatch The Office twice a year, every year. Like I literally rewatch.
We are the same person. me and my wife, at least 2 times a year.
I think I'm the only one in this group that has not watched that show.
Okay, you need to watch it.
Yes, you do.
Because it's
Peacock.
It's a good show. It's a good show. It is. I think it's one of the last shows that got away with a lot of stuff that, I mean, I think It's Always Sunny always gets away with everything. I love that show too.
I don't understand how. They're in like whatever season they're in, and they're still that's another, Cindy, we're going to have to talk.
And they're still getting another conversation. I love that they cross the lines. They're still funny while bringing up topics and stuff that maybe people are uncomfortable to talk about, but they still do it in a sort of comedic way. I'm talking about It's Always Sunny.
Yeah.
But going back to The Office, the Pam and Jim relationship, as much as people might hate it because it's like, oh, well, she was engaged and this and that, it's still a beautiful love story. It really, to me, is a beautiful love story.
But he never tried to break them up.
Well, he did.
At casino night.
Before he left, he confesses and he kisses her. Before he leaves her like, and he's like, I'm in love with you. I've always loved you. He kisses her and he leaves. At that point, she's still engaged. She's not broken up.
True.
She's engaged.
True.
Her fiance literally tells him, take care of her because he's leaving early, not knowing that the whole time Jim's been in love with her. And so he figures this is like his only and last chance because he's leaving, for like to change branches somewhere else.
Right.
And he does kiss her, but she literally like rejects him. She tells him no because she's engaged, right? So, but I love their love story. I do. I think actually every love story in that series is a great love story. That includes Michael's love story with Holly. That includes Dwight.
Cindy, I was close to picking, just for the fun of it, Michael and Jan, just because I love.
Oh no, but that is not a good love story. That is horrible. That is so horrible. That I think one of the greatest moments in TV history is
The dinner
probably
party?
when they invite them in the dinner
party. Yeah.
Oh my God, I've never felt so uncomfortable watching an episode of anything.
Doc, if there's one episode of The Office that you should watch, the dinner party is the one that you should watch.
The dinner party.
The dinner party is so
what I was sitting here thinking about, because you told me to go and watch them.
I've been telling you this for years. How long have I known you?
Yeah,
I've been telling you this for years.
And I was like,
and listen, I wasn't one of those people that watched The Office when it was first running.
Neither,
I saw it way after it was already done.
Yeah,
like way after. And I was like, why didn't I get into this sooner? Like, why wasn't I not watching this? This is incredible. Like, this is a funny show. Again, I don't think it would survive in today's times.
No. With everything they did, absolutely.
With everything that came out of Michael Scott's mouth, with everything that, I mean, it's just, it's ridiculous to the point where you're like, I believe that people like this do exist.
I don't think they do.
Yeah, I don't think it's unrealistic, but it's just so ridiculous at times that all you can do is laugh because of how uncomfortable,
very
cringy, and ridiculous it is.
Well, with that one finishing us off there, Jen, you said you had two.
I have two. So my first one is because I grew up watching the show and I still watch it to this day, is Fran and Maxwell Sheffield from The Nanny.
Really?
I love them so much.
So opposite, but that's why I love them.
I love Fran and Maxwell, just how insane, like he gets driven crazy by this woman. She's so different. She comes from Flushing. He's from England, from the aristocracy. And he's like, I love her. Just the craziness of it all, and just how she does so much good for the family. And then you have Niles and Cece in the mix.
Yeah.
And just the singers he has on Cece, it never gets old. Never. So Fran and Maxwell, and then my number two is Sheldon and Amy.
Oh, I love that one.
Yeah, that's a great one.
Oh,
I love Sheldon and Amy from The Big Bang Theory. I love
that. So that's one show, like you with The Office, that's one show that I've never really given a chance.
I love that show. I love every bit of that show.
Big Bang Theory.
Yeah, because she brings out.
Sheldon's by far one of a fan favorite.
Well, she makes. This is one of those cases where she does make Sheldon a better person. Like a more rounded person, like it makes it more open. I know, right? I know.
It really took a village because Rajesh and Howard are the ones that made him a profile. And then when Sheldon questions, like, "Well, did you include this? Yes. Did you include this? Yes. Did you include this? Yes." It's like, "Oh, who did you pick? There's only one match. Who is it?" It's Amy.
And it's always good to have Blossom on another show. So I was happy when she came back to it. But no, I love the Sheldon and Amy pick. But yeah, just some other any honorable mentions so far, because I have a few here. But
I'd say
did you say yours?
From Living Single.
Yep. Wait, what she just said?
Sinclair and Overton. Like I love it.
Yes, Overton Wakefield Jones, baby.
I mean, the whole show was incredible, but I loved their love story.
Oh, that was so was good. They ended up living.
It was so sweet.
They were both sweet.
Yeah, I was just gonna throw out Dwayne Wayne and Whitley Gilbert.
Yeah, from a different world. That was
different world.
When my man showed up
at the wedding. Ooh wee! that was before Papa Pope became Papa Pope.
You know what? Okay. His name was Max Dyson, and this is probably a side.
Yep.
Max Dyson from Terminator 2 or T2.
Yep.
Every time I see him, I blame him for everything. Everything.
Because he kept that chick from Cyberdyne.
Yeah. And there you have it. That's our list of iconic TV couples. Let us know what you think. Let us know what your iconic TV couples were. Drop them in the comments below, and be sure to like, share, subscribe, do all the social media stuff for All Star Fandom. We really appreciate it as we continue our Fandom of Love series with our top movie couples, which is going to be a long list, another fun list. I'll be back with the same panel to go through our list. But until next time, Spread some love and peace.